updated version. Leave the World Behind conspiracy theorist commentary. We begin in New York City with a husband, Clay, probably referencing the original Adam's clay body, a college English professor, being railroaded on a surprise vacation by his wife, Amanda, which is basically Latin for adorable, a marketing executive. Let this represent both the typical social engineering goals of women being celebrated for manipulative dominance, while men embody passive receptivity, and the general condition of the masculine and feminine mind of humanity collectively. In a sense, we've allowed our emotional, feminine feeling mind to be hijacked by TV programming, and our rational, masculine, mechanistic mind is essentially just along for the ride. It's also worth mentioning that New York City is where I would guess the first strike would take place if there were one to occur.
Amanda? What are you doing?
Well, I couldn't sleep, and it has been such a hellish year for us, as you know. And I just seem to be working every day without even realizing it. And you are just constantly anxious about your job because of all the budget cuts.
She keeps telling him how his
I went online this
perception of
morning and I rented
reality
this
is.
beautiful house out by the beach. And it was such a steal, even though it's barely
Oh,
the
real
off
quick,
season.
people aren't born bad, but they can be programmed that way.
Yeah,
666.
gotta get a jump on it.
Wait,
And this
I
is
don't
bad
understand.
robot programming.
When did you rent the house for?
Today. I figured if I made the reservation and packed our bags, it would eliminate most of the reasons to say no.
Onslaught of near constant
And I printed out the little
violations
thingy
of
there
his
for you from the
sovereignty.
website. It's right by your coffee. Made it just the way you like it. I didn't want to wake the kids, so I haven't packed for them yet. But honestly, I think they're going to be super psyched about this.
Well, you know me. I'm always down for a little vacay, especially with the kids.
Clay, buddy, you're always down for whatever she says you're down with.
But help me out here, babe. I mean, why today?
Well, when I couldn't fall back asleep this morning, I came over here to watch the sunrise. And I saw all these people starting their day with such tenacity, such verve, all in an effort to make something of themselves, make something of our world. I felt so lucky to be a part of that. But then I remembered what the world is actually like. And I came to a more accurate realization. I fucking hate people.
Bitch, I'm really out for blood this time. Look.
So we have the classic pretty woman, white girl proclaiming that she hates humanity, and a dominant male black voice coming in to save the day. Julia Roberts, known for Pretty Woman as our lead. This guy, he's an amazing actor, classically trained, obviously. Sweet little Ethan Hawke, the John Cusack for the Y generation. I don't know who she is, but she's, fascinating and charming. The kids. You have these little snippets of subliminals to get our subconscious minds ready for what's to come. Oh, and Michelle and Barack made it, so it's good for you, and you should pay close attention. Oh, and this guy's cool from Mr. Robot fame. If you're unfamiliar, here is a brief introduction.
Or is it that we voted for this? Not with our rigged elections, but with our things, our property, our money. I'm not saying anything new. We all know why we do this. Not because Hunger Games books makes us happy, but because we want to be sedated. Because it's painful not to pretend. Because we're cowards. Fuck society.
So there's that.
Leave the world behind. That's what it said on the rental listing, at least.
How fun. East Hampton, right?
No, it's a cute little town. Actually, I think they call it a hamlet. That's how cute it is. It's a lot closer to the city and still very far away from, well, everyone.
Oh, sounds exactly like what you need right now. After you answer some questions about the convict tour account, please.
So we have our strong alpha female still doing her work hard. Our bitch boy over here having a good time listening to his whatever's playing on the radio. Kids in the back seat playing games and watching Friends.
Oh, Dad, I don't care that she farted. I care that she lies about it.
You've got your own part. Yeah. Sorry, boys. This ride's closing.
We have one of the first interruptions in internet connectivity. Her Friends episode just glitches out.
Dad, when we get back to the city, can you take me to see the coffee shop in Friends?
Don't think that's real, honey. It's just a set.
Of course, the not so subtle Masonic checkerboard over there representing the 2D flat world with black ink and white paper, as everyone, at least millions. So we arrive at the house now, and yeah, it's amazing. I'm sure some of you have at least cleaned houses this nice. I have. It's pretty awesome. I've never actually rented one like this, or barely been in with you, unless I was there to clean them. But man, it's nice. It's nice having one of these places all to yourself.
Oh, this is nice.
It's beautiful.
So this is actually a good movie. This guy's a good writer. There are multiple levels. You should totally watch it. If you're unfamiliar with programming, you should listen to what I gotta say about it first, so you don't get programmed
Looks
too
like we have
good.
some top shelf booze right here.
It says here it's not for
Gotta
us.
push greed and attempted theft.
Where's the try?
Now, a gentle suggestion to make less secure password.
The Wi-Fi password is a novella. The owner must be one of those cybersecurity.
And it's a beautiful house. We'll fast forward through some of this. I'm sure we've all had the experience of getting a Airbnb or cleaning one. I know I've cleaned plenty of them, and that moment when you finally have the place to yourself. Oh, it's nice. And then you get to go to the store and get your supplies for the weekend. And, what a nice place. Comfort. Oh, look at this guy. Who's this guy? He seems prepared. 6 degrees of separation? It is. It's Kevin Bacon. And yes, he is very prepared, as we shall find out later. It's good to be prepared, which is why I'm watching the predictive programming, which will program you if you're not aware of what it's doing. And here we have Amanda, the good wife, sneaking a pack of cigarettes to hubby.
I swear.
Classic narcissist play here.
I bought them.
Say the
I
other
know you
person
like
is
to
doing
sneak
what
smoke
you're
here and there.
actually
I figured we're on
doing.
vacation. Why not?
Sneaking. Another
I want you to have a
example
good
of
time. Just don't
manipulative
let the kids see
dominance
it.
portrayed as a good thing when done by the woman.
I got another idea for a good time.
And our beta male's attempt at getting some.
Maybe?
She lets him know they've got 15 minutes before the kids are ready to go to the beach.
That's all I need.
So the acceptable behavior for the man is to make innuendos and suggestions, and the woman is supposed to just do things and make it happen. Right brain dominance, left brain submission. So now we're headed to the beach, where life's a beach. It's my happy place. Again, let this be a representation of where we are collectively as Western civilization. You could say white people. That's what we're going for here. That's what this movie is targeting. White people. But it's basically Western civilization. I mean, we're all white by now. Have you watched Candace
Fred, we have a beach
Owens?
to
I
ourselves.
mean, just she's the whitest girl I see talking on TV. Seriously. She's whiter than Megyn Kelly. And by now, all of humanity, the whole world is headed towards this whiteness. And it's great. We're all having this virtual reality. Wonderland, but what's that in the distance? Looming.
Look at that boat.
She sees it, but no one else seems to notice or care.
It's so big.
It's so big. Yes, that's what she said. Not so subtle encouragement of pedophilia. Of course, this is the character I relate to. I see it coming. I've seen it coming for so long. I've been telling everyone. No, many people have. Even Salvador Dali had a dream about this. They already know.
Just look. You said maybe
Look at something that doesn't matter.
So maybe.
I think they have more
All
important
right, watch
things
Sag
to
Harbor.
do.
That's at least an hour away, honey.
It's getting closer.
What is?
Ship.
Oh, yeah? She's a beaut. Looks like
Our
a world
intimate
taker.
male figure provides
Must
some
be a port
information
right
that will
here. I
help.
read this piece in the Atlantic that says New York has one of the largest natural harbors on the planet.
That would probably make it a good target. So Dolly did this painting called The Broken Bridge and the Dream, and it has a beach scene that looks just like this. And that ship, that boat, the cargo ship that hit the bridge in Baltimore, was named Dolly. Or owned by Dolly, company called Dolly. Some could call it karma, but
You okay, Rose?
I think that ship is heading towards us.
What was that, sweetie?
karma's not bouncing a basketball against a wall and letting it slap you in the face. Or at least it doesn't have to be.
Clay? Clay.
Yeah. Wow. It's getting close, huh?
I think that's a problem.
No, come on. It's gonna stop. It's got to. Right?
Somehow he just can't imagine that this impending crash that has been coming for so long is still coming right at him.
Holy fuck.
Jeez, Sergi, let's go.
So yes, the ball of karma has been bounced against the wall and it's headed for our face. But we could still step out of the way and make a passing play. Taking it in the chin is not required, despite the insistence of the TV programming otherwise. And there we have it. This is where it all started, the White Lion. That was the very first slave ship to reach the States. And I just wanted you to know. Now we have a giant oil tanker running aground to bring about the beginning of a new world order. Y'all ready for this?
Keep it moving. Keep it moving, guys.
Excuse me, officer. You know what happened?
There's been a handful of these groundings up the coast. Something to do with the nav system. Sorry, guys. I need you to
Internet's going dark. No big deal.
keep it moving, guys.
But it's the White Lion, the big ship looming. Is that the biggest ship looming on our horizon? Or is maybe there another one? One that's interconnected.
There's a Starbucks.
The inevitable looming economic.
I wanted to read up on what happened at the beach. The Wi-Fi isn't working. Think the router needs a reset?
Oh, sorry, can't
Starbucks will make it
you
better.
The tech whiz, not I.
Leave it to the dominant female.
TV's out too. I tried to check the game, but there's no signal. You still gonna be down for burgers tonight?
Yeah.
That's right, boys. I hope y'all know how to cook.
Meanwhile, the kids seem to have completely gotten over it, like it was something they saw on a show. We're on to the next
So what
episode.
you're saying is that the kids have been programmed to handle reality like TV. So what is this connection to the White Lion and our economic crash? And how is it more than just black and white? Well, maybe it has something to do with this Jenga game.
No, I'm going to go middle, because it'll make it harder for you. And isn't that the point of my life.
Again, we gotta throw in these little social engineering cues. The woman's gotta make it hard on the man. And Jingo, real quick here, you're taking the concept as you're trying to make this structure out of the same pieces of the structure, and eventually it's all just gonna fall down and collapse. That's what we're doing with the money thing. And white people, that only started as a designation after we started shipping people over to the States to be slaves. Before then, there were French people and Germans and English people, and it
Did you hear that?
white is about the money.
Her second book is like an exploration of how media serves as both an escape and a reflection, which is a contradiction that she manages to reconcile.
Someone's here.
I wonder who that could be.
Get a bat.
A bat.
Clay, the ultimate square, has never been through the looking glass, so he thinks that's a contradiction. So while our wounded masculine searches for a big stick to maybe put on the facade,
I'm sure it's nothing.
appearance of dominance, let me reiterate that white is about the money,
Just in case.
not about the skin color.
I'm so sorry to bother you. Hello? Hi. I'm so sorry to bother you.
In case you didn't know.
Oh, the mind fuckery. A black guy in a tux does not compute.
Doorway out here.
Couldn't decide if you should knock at the front door or the side door, and this went on for some time.
I thought we should try the side door because it has glass and you can see us and we're just
Just classical music lovers.
you must be Amanda. Amanda Sanford, right?
Ooh, should Clay be jealous?
You two know each other? No. We have not had the pleasure of meeting face to face. I'm GH.
No, baby,
G.
but we
Scott.
could.
George. He's George. That's how it reads in his email.
Forgive me. I forgot. See, this is why I much prefer life before the internet. Because we would have spoken on the phone, you'd have recognized my voice and known that this is our house.
Why would she doubt that?
I'm sorry?
This is our house. I'm the George you emailed back and forth with.
No, I remember the name. This is your house.
Here we have one of our first unspoken subtle suggestions of racism
I'm sorry.
on the part of the white people.
Oh, yeah, hey, sure, yeah, come on in. Yeah,
So a big part of the mind game is to convince the masses that it's about race,
I understand
and
how
it's
strange this must
all
be for
about
you,
the money.
us
And this
turning out like
film
this
is
unannounced.
really doing a good
We
job
called,
of
you see, but
switching everything up and making
phones are out.
everything look upside
my
down.
my
And
phone doesn't
Julia
seem to have
Roberts is a
service.
racist.
It's almost as if we're telling the truth.
She seems keenly aware of the subtle racism.
Hey, I'm Clay.
Clay here is obviously a
GH,
9 on
GH,
the
Clay, nice to
Enneagram.
meet
Can't handle
This is
conflict.
driving
him
Why
crazy.
don't we sit down and, talk?
Children are sleeping.
I wouldn't worry too much about them. I mean, Archie'd sleep through the atom bomb, Let's go to the kitchen.
I gotta admit, this totally threw me for a loop, and I find it hard to believe Julia Roberts as a racist white lady.
No, the productions are in a class of their own.
He's on the board of the Philharmonic. He likes to encourage everyone he knows to take an interest in classical music. So, in other words, I am one lucky daughter.
What do you think about that, little Miss White Lady Racist
Can I
Karen?
get a glass of water?
No. Help yourself. Anyway, we were driving back to the city home, and then something happened.
A blackout.
Blackout? The lights here seem to be working pretty good.
Somebody better fill a bathtub with water.
Exactly right. So, we thought, well, with everything that's probably going on in the city right now, we didn't.
We live on the 14th
14
floor,
is
and he can't
technically
climb 14 flights because of
the 13th floor. Oh,
Plus,
notice
the
all
traffic
the
lights went out.
eyes. Number
Sitting in
among
a 6-car
Freemasons.
parking lot if we'd headed home.
So there was a blackout, and you decided to drive all the way out here.
These roads, they're familiar. I barely even thought about it. So when we saw the lights go, I looked at Ruth.
And said that he would feel better if we stayed here. In his house.
Oh, she did.
You want to stay here, but we're staying here.
Well, under the circumstances, we thought you might understand.
Water was a necessity that was provided for Ruth freely. Shelter.
I think what he means is, of course, we understand.
I know it's a surprise, but we thought maybe if you let us stay.
Because again, you know, it is like our house.
What she's trying to say is we wanted to be somewhere safe.
Well, we're on vacation.
Clay, Amanda, we could absolutely refund you your money.
The real man gets it.
You want us
It
to
ain't
leave?
about the money.
It's the middle of the night. My children are sleeping upstairs. You come in here and talk about refunding our money. I think I need to call the company. I don't even think you can do this. There's got to be a number on their website.
That's really not necessary.
Why not?
Because we're not saying you should leave. We could refund you, say, 50% of what you paid. You know, there's an in-law suite. We could stay downstairs.
Downstairs.
50%.
I think we need to look at the terms and conditions here.
That was a nice
we need to
contrast.
find the Wi-Fi
Clay's
router.
excited
I'll
about
check that.
50%,
Well, the
and
phones aren't working,
Ruth
Clay.
is
How
about
that
to
supposed
lose
make a
it over
difference?
The
going
internet is down anyway, so.
downstairs.
I'm sorry. I don't feel comfortable staying in a house with
What's the word she's looking for? Classical music lessons?
people I don't know. It's a blackout. It could be over in a couple of hours.
May I?
So now G.H. George heads over to the locked cabinet where the liquor was. Our wounded masculine Clay was trying to steal earlier. And we see George decide to take an envelope of 3 and leave a handgun behind.
$1,000 now for the night. That should cover almost half of what you're paying for the weekend. $1,000. We'll be very grateful. Then tomorrow we'll know a little more and we'll figure this all out.
Yeah, I mean, well, this thing is not responding. So, anyway, I say one night, it's like,
I think we should discuss this privately.
Because Amanda is a racist. Hates classical music.
talk in the other room, right?
So
So you might
keep
have
in
made
mind
yourself a
that
drink.
none of these characters are real. None of this is real. These
Why did you tell them
and
they could stay?
this isn't the kind of movie that's trying to emulate
Lying? I mean, it's a young
reality.
woman
Think
and her father.
Kubrick, you know what I'm saying?
They're
Like,
strangers.
we're not looking for
themselves.
something that
knock on the door in
approaches
the middle of the
reality.
night.
It's programming. This is social engineering.
That is
We are
fine.
given. Oh man, it's good. It's confusing because, like I said earlier, it's not about black and white.
In reality.
It's
I
rich
didn't hear their
and
car, did you?
poor.
But it's windy. Maybe we
It's
just
you
didn't
got
hear
the
them.
money
snuck
or
up the
you
road.
ain't got the money.
Maybe we should
It's
calm down a little.
I'm sorry.
actually
This really doesn't
the
seem
full
like
truth
their
is
house.
is
The board of
you're
the Philharmonic.
obsessed with getting more money or
All feels
keeping
like a
what you've
con to
got,
me. They want to stay here with us.
or
Forget it. I wouldn't be able to sleep
you're
with
not
strangers in the house.
obsessed
Rose
with
is
money.
right down the hall. What if he sneaks in? I don't want to think about it.
You don't think he'd want to molest Archie, though?
Just had to
Are you
put that
talking
image in your head, huh?
I'm just saying I don't like the way
Yeah.
this sounds, okay?
Right.
Here
Classical
because we're
music
trying to find
George
a
is
fucking
gonna
scared-
go. This guy in the tux,
Improvise.
DH, is gonna
God, what if it's a scam?
get your daughter in the middle of the night
The
and
black
then
outfit.
tell her a
Whatever,
story
that's just all
about
story.
Wagner's breeding
and then
cycle.
Clay's gotta bring up the boy. Don't forget about the buggering of boys.
He opened up the liquor cabinet, remember?
So what if he had the keys? Maybe he's the handyman. She's the housekeeper. The housekeeper always knows where the stash of money is. And besides, he had his back to us. Maybe he broke into it.
We all know how classical music lovers like to break into things.
Why are you trying so hard to believe everyone except your own wife? Something is
Such
happening. and I
mind
don't trust
fuckery.
them.
She's racist and she's manipulative.
All right, I'm gonna go
Like
down
an
there.
anti-racist,
and I'm gonna talk to them.
anti-fascist
If I get a
college
bad
graduate.
vibe, I'm gonna say no. We're not comfortable with this arrangement. Okay. But if things are cool, I say we let him stay.
Clay, you have no backbone. He doesn't have faith. He has fear of confrontation. I have a feeling Clay's going to be bought with drinks.
Who am I kidding? He didn't need to be bought.
Signature cocktail. I'm gonna have a drink. Haven't touched this one yet, it's all yours.
Oh, thank you.
How about you, Amanda?
What's in it exactly?
That is a heck of a cocktail. You should try this, babe. I think you dig it.
I'll pass.
Everyone likes you less now, Clay.
I think I need some fresh air.
So now we get a conversation between our protagonist, racist white lady Karen, and her bitch boy hubby,
Beautiful.
and this real man here.
Glad to hear you do too.
How long have you been here?
Oh, bought it on.
Of course, Amanda doesn't believe anything he's saying, trying to catch him in a lie.
Fix it up about 5
And again, surface level, it looks like, oh, black man, she's terrified.
Whereabouts
It's a
is your place
real
in the city?
man. That's what scares her. Real man.
Who knows what she's up to? He plays like we're just having a conversation.
It's actually Park Slope.
Ah, very nice. So everyone wants to live these days. Affordable too.
Don't forget about the money.
I think even Ruth looked over there when she was thinking about flying a coop.
My unemployed daughter considered
Where's your
that
wife?
neighborhood. But
Curious if you're worried about her in the city.
the inverted
She's on a
feminine
work
must
trip to
attack
Monaco.
the
She's an art
strong,
dealer,
real
so she travels a lot.
masculine.
Her flight is due back here in the morning.
Art dealer wife.
Can I see your ID?
Oh, Amanda.
It's a fair ask. You're a stranger showing up in the middle of the night. My kids are upstairs.
Of course. I understand.
She's not buying any of it. Oh, how could this guy be? No, probably the gardener. Daughter's the maid.
Left my wallet in my coat pocket, which I checked
It's
in the
just
center.
absurd.
No
I
commotion,
mean,
must have forgotten it there.
You said you
Julia
heard about the
Roberts?
blackout while you were on your way
I
home.
don't know. Saved by the emergency broadcasting system.
This is a national emergency. All radio stations and televisions will cease their programs during this alert. This is a national emergency. All radio
Looks like you did the right thing getting out of the city.
their program.
Sure, it's a mess.
National emergency.
Well, we're only talking about a blackout here.
A blackout is not nothing. It could be something. It could be a symptom of something bigger, like terrorism, or a bomb like the one that you said your son would sleep through.
Don't scare the white people when you get them out of here.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Tomorrow we'll sort through everything. Things always look different by the light of day. Guess self-help cliches are rooted in some truth.
And there goes the Jenga game. And again, Jenga represents trying to fix a broken system with pieces of the same broken system.
Can't believe we're staying in the basement. What do we get to do tomorrow there? Laundry?
Are you fucking kidding me, Ruth? I live in a van with 4 fucking cats. Look at your base. Yeah, okay, yeah, that just gotta remind myself that this is real. It's just, you know, social engineering. This is the game they're playing. Out here recording this in a rainstorm.
Everything is
It's as good as the audio quality's gonna get. That's okay. That's fine. That's what I'm doing. That's reality.
What's going on? Your client didn't tell you anything else?
Oh man.
There's no point of talking about this.
Yeah. So everything's backwards. This guy's
That's what I think.
connected, you know. And let's you know, rub it in a little bit. It has nothing to do with race, y'all. That's the obsession with money, or not. But that race thing runs deep, doesn't it? God. I mean, they lay that shit in thick.
She was fucking with us. That girl. She was poking.
Don't take it so personal.
I don't think I can listen to much more of that snark. Even if this does turn out to be their house.
Are we still not that?
Well, there is not one photo on the wall. Not one, not a wedding picture of the supposed art dealer wife on the business trip or that spoiled brat as a baby. Think about it.
I'm sure they take them down when they rent the house for privacy concerns.
There's something off about them.
Fucking classical music lovers.
Why didn't you say anything about what we saw at the beach today, that boat?
It was an oil tanker.
There will be
Why
blood.
didn't you tell them? I mean,
I don't know. It just seemed like it was piling on. Why didn't you?
I was afraid.
Afraid of what?
Classical music lovers.
That would confirm something.
Well, let this be your confirmation, sweetheart. This is how the game is played. It's too late now to stop it. It's all always been revealed. They're literally telling you exactly how this is gonna go down. You've been warned. You're being warned. It couldn't be more explicit. Cyber attack across the country. Believe it or not, it ain't flat. Remember, we're on a dirt clod, floating in space. For real, y'all. Moon landing may have been faked, but we are living in a heliocentric solar
I was
system.
literally about to start the Friends series finale, but the internet on my iPad still isn't working. I tried to watch it on the TV because I read somewhere that what's it called when they used to play old things over and over again?
Everything she just said is an allegory for our current situation.
Why do they do that again?
I don't know, Rosie. We were really bored back then.
Anyway, there's something wrong with the TV. It's all messed up. That's from number 2. Can you please fix this? I have incredible anxiety about how they're gonna wrap up the show.
Me too, Rose. I'm so excited about how this is all finished up. Oh, it's gonna be the best ending. Woohoo!
I did not say that. And B, Daddy is still sleeping. Just go wait in the living room. I'm coming.
Like it or not, this is how it is. You get your information from a screen. Yeah, sure, yeah. I go outside, I walk outside, I get information about it is very limited the information I get about the real world from going outside and walking around. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. It's great. But the information I get about the greater world, it's all connected to these screens. It's just like watching a fucking TV show. Subconsciously, my mind has no discernment between watching Friends or watching the end of Western civilization play out on the Black Mirror Magic Rectangles. That is what we're doing. There's no way around it, guys. This is happening. It's gonna keep happening. And it's gonna get drug out. You think it's gonna be over with Civil War II? Yeah. No, that's just step one-ish. or the prequel to step 1. This could go on for another 20 fucking years.
knows more than we do. I will take care of this for us.
Wow. Clay got sick of her shit and he's going for a ride. Good for you, bro.
Whose car is that? Looks expensive.
That's right, Rose. These classical music lovers are better than your mom. That's the sound of coffee pouring. There's a lot of that. They keep pushing it. They're literally selling coffee with this film. Fuck, man. I mean, I know you guys think I'm crazy, but it's happening. It's coffee. It's coffee. It's coffee. It's drugs. Cigarettes. You smoke a cigarette. Drinking. You gotta have drinks. You want to drink alcohol? What's wrong with you?
Whoa, easy, baby. Come on.
Dad, can you fix it?
Yeah. Well, now it's snow. Last night it was a blue screen.
Nope, the channel 101 in the upper left-hand corner of the TV, reminiscent of George
No,
Orwell's 1984
it's not
with
working.
the
I'm
Room
aware. Can
101,
you like
where the
reboot
worst
it or
possible thing
something?
you
Or go
could
up on the roof
imagine
or
taking
whatever?
No
place
one's
came
going
to
on the
be.
roof. I
This
am
is
definitely not going
Rose's
up on the
Room
roof.
101. I
Okay?
guess I'm a
But
weirdo.
I'm gonna go to the
I
store
would have
later. Maybe I can
immediately
find
jumped at the
something that
opportunity to
will
go
help.
on the roof.
You know, get
I
one of
wouldn't
those,
have fixed
some
anything.
rabbit ears or something.
I would have been on
Maybe
that
the
roof.
rabbit's ear help.
Oh, and anytime they say rabbit, you think of rabbits being grown for meat and for hungry reptiles. So that they drink coffee together, and she proves how much better she is. And George goes to see about the neighbors, takes his gun with him, just in case. Archie hangs out at the pool. Rose gazes into the woods. Really, really interested in Ruth. Oh my goodness, yes. She is looking really good with less clothes on. And Rose is looking in the woods. She keeps noticing stuff about the animals. He's getting some spank bank material for later. Oh, this is a seriously intense scene. I'll go into this one a little bit more in depth. Essentially, the Spanish lady comes up, and he doesn't speak Spanish, but she has witnessed something horrific, like, a plane crashed into her house or something. I need to work on my Spanish, but yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It's bad. It's real bad. And then after he sees her, a drone flies over, dropping these little flyers, and George tries to check the signal. There is no satellite service. And then a plane comes and hits that place, the neighbor's house. Back to Ruth, explaining to Amanda how much better she is. Where'd the kids go? Well, obey NASA if you haven't gotten that out yet. And again, what a nice fucking house. Oh, the noise. That's coming. Directed energy weapons. The flyers that were coming out in that thing earlier.
We're gonna robber us.
Yeah, it's Death to America. He knows because video games.
Archie, I saw something this morning. Deer.
They're everywhere, dumbass. Like squirrels or pigeons. Who cares?
No, this was different. Like, they were trying to tell us something.
Which they do if you
See
listen.
what else is out there.
Fuck yeah, I love this girl.
Are you really
Let's
that bored?
go on the roof.
Is this because you can't watch your
Just
show?
walk in the woods.
I'm going.
Yeah, fuck y'all. I'm going to the woods. And nobody's home. Things don't look good.
Hello, anyone home?
Either.
It's GH. I let myself in.
Pro tip. Make sure no one's home before you try this. Okay. We're back to one of that scene. This one really got me. I may have cried. I used to 100% be this guy. The nice guy.
Por favor, pare, señor. Hello?
He'd like to help, but he doesn't have the skills. He doesn't speak the Spanish. No habla español.
Estoy tratando de regresar a mi casa. Me he desviado. Hace rato que estoy caminando.
I don't understand what you're saying. I don't speak Spanish.
But the biggest problem is our boy has no huevos. Quick jump to George with his neighbor's satellite phone. That ain't getting no service, no satellite, y'all. That satellite phone you bought from Roseanne ain't worth nothing but a good paperweight.
I don't know where I am. I'm trying to get to town.
Necesito usar su teléfono. El
Yeah,
mío
yeah,
está muerto.
No, I don't have any service either.
Es usted la primera persona que he visto en todo el día. Tenemos que salir de aquí. Acabo de ver un avión que estaba rociando un gas rojo en los alrededores. Pero vi unos venados, más de 50, salían del bosque. Por favor, necesito regresar a mi casa, señor. Me pareció que militar salió huyendo. No hay nadie por aquí. Será un ataque químico. Por favor, no me deje aquí, señor.
Yeah, this part breaks my heart. It's hard not to cry. This is where being weak gets you. No es el hombre porque no tiene huevos. So anyway, back to the plot. They saw those little flyers dropped by the drones saying "Death to America" with an Ouroboros, and despite the classical music lovers trying to talk them into hanging out at their house where it's safe, they decide to take a ride and come to a gridlock of unoccupied brand new self-driving cars, which has our intelligent alpha female coming to some realizations of what could be coming, especially now that hubby has noticed the car. Hey, let's flag it down. I'm sure they'll stop. Wifey's smart. It says, get in the fucking car, dumbass. I know better.
There's nobody here.
And I love scenes like this. This is, I love driving.
We're all brand new.
More than little mice love driving tiny cars, probably. It's fun. Who would want a self-driving car? I don't understand how anyone got programmed to not enjoy driving. What the fuck? I'm driving a car. It's just, I'm going so fast. I could be 6 hours later out in 2 different times. It's amazing. Who wouldn't want to drive? I know. Notice that slick maneuver to get her into the driver's seat. We can't have the guy escaping, saving the family from the situation. The right brain must dominate the conscious thinking. Get ready for the flood. Art probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Bunker, Earth ship. Radiation shielded band. So immediately let's get to drinking. Adults are going to discuss, big boy matters.
The military of a bomb
Kids
shelter
are laying
based
down.
around here. I mean, don't they have to have those things ready for emergencies like these?
Maybe Archie's involved in
I don't know where they are.
a little more hands-on activities.
Said all those cars came off the lot. They did that to every dealership.
So our alpha female and our alpha male discuss matters of importance.
In the middle of a war zone. People we know are likely dead.
Ruth decides to play some games, mess around at, maybe pretending to seduce
We just need to make a
our
plan. We can't sit here and do nothing. We need to go somewhere.
mild-mannered English
It's too
professor.
dangerous. We stay here tonight, and then in the morning, maybe.
Maybe what?
Maybe I
He
don't know.
doesn't know, but he is tired of talking to little Miss fucking bitch about it.
I was so close.
So our two alphas discuss, and little Rose is worried and tries to talk to Archie about it. And he tells her, no one cares. So just go back to friends. No one cares. And she, Ruth here, decides to fuck with Clay and get stoned. Clay already didn't want to talk about it anymore. Just wait till tomorrow. Just put it off. And she's like, let's get high. And she's probably feeling, a little weak, a little insecure. And man, I'm guessing, I'm not a woman, but I'm guessing for, a programmed woman, there's not much that feels better than feeling water.
Like marijuana.
Sexually. So, you're gonna play that game.
Have you ever fucked one of your students?
I can't believe you just asked me that.
I mean, that's what I look like to you? I look like that kind of guy?
You look like the kind of guy to whom things come easy. Especially women.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment, I guess. Those are flamingos.
Why? Wow, this is an impressive collection.
She finds his collection
Like jazz?
impressive.
You want to listen to
The
jazz?
file's getting too
Sure,
big
why
for me
not?
to sync the commentary.
'Cause I thought we were gonna have some
Everything's
fun.
taking like a minute to click a
Listen to something we
button,
could
so
dance to.
I'm just gonna try to let this
You can
play out
dance
as
to
much as
jazz.
possible.
In fact, when I bought my first record, I
Oh,
was...
please, not another one of your stories. They end up leaving me severely disturbed. Wait, what are these records?
Don't
Can
look over
relate
there.
to
That's my
that.
daughter's record. She had a DJ phase in college.
Now this looks like something a lady can properly dance to.
Oh, come on. That's not what I brought you in here for.
You said you wanted to win me over. This is how.
I wonder if she could tell I'm hard right now.
I knew this scene was coming from the moment Clay asked her if they knew each other.
Uh-oh, you feel like?
Technically, I was pretty sure this was coming at the entrance to the opening credits after she said she hated people, and then we had the strong male black voice coming in with the music saying that he was out for blood this time, which immediately recalls There Will Be Blood. Oil, oil. I suppose they were going for a sexy dance vibe with this thing, but it didn't happen. These two, they were feeling more like Beavis and Butthead. You can feel it in their vibes, Julia Roberts was distinctly invoking the spirit of Beavis, distinctly. And GH was her BH, Butthead. And of course, Beavis and Butthead are classics of social engineering, social programming. How many best friends do you know who are just like that? Huh? Honestly. And things have moved away from Beavis and Butthead material now. I don't think Beavis and Butthead were ever gay. Anyway, yeah, it's getting hot and heavy over here.
I do, yes.
Bingo. That's what we were looking for. Racist white lady Karen recognizing she's a racist, getting on her knees before the strong black man to straighten her out.
Don't say that.
And because Archie doesn't cover his ears fast enough, he's going to get more severe radiation poisoning from this noise. and lose teeth tomorrow.
And if you haven't been watching the news, 60 Minutes just released an in-depth. They've been doing an in-depth documentary piece on these types of radiation weapons, because that's what radio is. Radio waves, radiation. Hello. Anyway, but they did one. Oh, they released it on the 31st yesterday. I believe it was. Yeah, wasn't it? Russia. That's who's behind this. That's what they're talking about. All the Havana syndrome stuff. It's Russia.
Okay?
It's always been Russia. Mm-hmm.
He's a little warm, but I think he'll be
And if you haven't heard, Russia's pretty hardcore blaming the 322 attack on the U.S., the UK, and the Ukraine.
Well, this file's gotten too big, and
Hey, Dad.
I can't even see what I'm editing anymore, or what I'm even talking about. I'm not sure how to make it work better.
Archie, you stay here.
Yeah, go watch the movie. There's some really good scenes. Look at this little eclipse thing. I don't know how much you guys know about eclipses. Go to my Facebook page. Oh, man. It really is going to be a good show. I mean...
Danny.
He's losing teeth. That's what that noise did. Oh, my fucking God.
Stand by your vehicle.
He just kept pulling on him and...
Off the porch and by your vehicle.
Came out, the last one. That's the famous Last Friends episode. That's a big deal. That's what we're... Oh, that piece of art changes throughout the movie. Sort of a representation of what they're going through. Humanity's going through.
What can I do for you?
No, man. No, it's going to be good. We're
just
checking
checking
on a good show. I mean,
seeing if you're here.
this has been set up for
What's going on?
millennia.
My family ran at GH's
So long. I'm not sure what the shed's about. It keeps making me think of M. Night Shyamalan
From nature towards the house. Bad things happen in the shed. I mean,
I know.
where the killing happens a lot of times.
There was some illusion.
Keep it away
of
from the
something
house.
hanging out there
They just
and
fell out. Can't explain it.
watching Rose earlier. And now
Well, it's got to have something to do with that
these
noise.
two, the ladies, are hanging out. Oh,
You know something about
he
the
lost
noise?
his teeth.
Well,
This
it's
is
not
a
all
good
that
scene.
similar to
They've
what
got to
happened in
go.
Cuba a
So
while back.
our alpha
Microwave
male
weapons, they call it,
decides,
produces a kind
hey,
of radiation that can be
that guy you
beamed out
saw
through sound.
stocking up on supplies,
Some
I
people
know
lost their
him.
teeth there, too.
He helped
Outside
design
of that,
my
the only
house
thing I
and
know for
stuff.
sure is there's not a lot of
He's
information
prepared.
getting out,
I bet
so
he'll have something to help Archie out.
I assume it's a war.
Yeah, well,
The
that
beginning
may
of
be
one
true.
anyways. They've
He
been
may
saying there
have
was
something
chatter.
to help Archie
This
out.
has to be what they were chattering about.
Chatter, what do
But
you mean, chatter?
I'm not
You
sure
gotta read the
how many
papers, Stephen, at page
conversations
1.
you guys have had
The
with,
Russians recalled their staff from
you
Washington.
know,
Did you
the
even
MAGA
notice
hat
that?
wearing types.
Something is afoot.
He's not got a
What
MAGA
that is
hat on.
exactly, I don't know.
He
Maybe this is
does
much as well.
have
You know, maybe
a
we just
Dallas
need to
Cowboys hat
sit
on.
tight, be safe,
I'm pretty sure that's what that
pray,
upright
whatever works for
star
you.
is. Pretty sure that's Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, Danny.
And I don't know if you guys
It's my
watch
place, your
memes,
son isn't
but
well.
if there's a state
We're gonna
that's
need
going to
more
be
than just prayers.
seceding, that's going
And
to
knowing
be
how
it.
primed you are for these kind of
Texas. Oh,
situations,
and
we're thinking you might have some medicine that'd
I,
be able to help
these
you. What I got.
these scenes are one of my just favorite uh, parts of
Danny,
fake movies.
come on now, it's me. We know each other.
The people
We're
holding
friends.
guns at each
That's the
other
old way, George.
as if
You're not thinking clearly.
this
Danny, what are you saying?
doesn't happen in real life. You ever talk to anybody that's been pointing guns at each other? You ever had that? You ever talk to anybody that's done that? No, you haven't, because it doesn't happen. Your gun is not a force field. It's not a shield. You want to avoid getting shot. That's pointing a gun at someone and not pulling the trigger is not going to keep you from getting shot. It only happens in the movies.
Venmo or Apple Pay. I mean, cash might be the only thing that means something.
When I think about this kind of programming
My son's
and
really
what
sick.
we
He
could
needs
be
your help.
headed
He's
for
16 years old.
in the next few years, weeks, days, whatever, I mean, I see dead people.
Nothing's here.
You know, like peace frog conditions.
That
Familiar
house.
with that song? Doors
Be where she
song?
went.
I think it was written about abortion or whatever, but you know, the one about blood in the streets up to my ankles. It's a good time. Blood in the streets, it's up to my knees. Yeah. Yeah. That is where we are headed. Peace frog conditions.
Jeez. What's going on?
And guys like this, they've been prepping for it. This is true.
I need to know that you're on a level with me.
And that's going to be this next phase. Next phase is going to be... It's going to be rough out here, you know? I want to just get in that bunker and watch all those episodes of Friends again.
You know something.
And this is the good information we've been waiting for about 2 hours to hear.
I had a sneaking suspicion, but I wanted more information first. All the signs were there, sure, but I didn't want to scare anyone. You'd have called me crazy because it is crazy. It would have made more sense if we were on the brink of an all-out invasion. But this... I didn't think we'd actually let something like this happen. I thought we were smarter than that.
But what happened?
Because my primary client works in the defense sector, I spent a lot of time studying the cost-benefit analysis of military campaigns. There was one program in particular that terrified my client the most. A simple 3-stage maneuver that could topple a country's government from within. The first stage was isolation. Disable their communication and transportation. Make the target as deaf, dumb, and paralyzed as possible. Setting them up for the second stage. Synchronized chaos. Terrorize them with covert attacks and misinformation. Overwhelming their defense capabilities, leaving their weapon systems vulnerable to extremists in their own military. Without a clear enemy or motive, people would start turning on each other. Done successfully, the third stage would happen on its own.
What's the third stage?
A coup d'etat. Civil war. Collapse. This program was considered the most cost-effective way to destabilize a country. Because if the target nation was dysfunctional enough, it would, in essence, do the work for you. Whoever started this wants us to finish it.
And I'm guessing it'll be blamed on Russia through Iran. That Baltimore bridge going down. Russia! Yeah, I mean, that's my guess. We could do nuclear war. It's totally possible, guys. Hell, we could do an entirely fake staged World War III. Everybody could just stay in their house and watch it on TV and no one would ever know. And be... I mean, really, we could do that. Just, watch Friends. Who'd ever know? At the top, the heads of all the countries are all on the same team. If you're looking for a message from this film, does it be like the strong alpha male, or the strong alpha female, or the sexy young thing, or the beta bitch boy, or the prepper. Or is it Be Like Rose? Or don't forget about that little guy, the arty guy. Yeah, be like him. The degenerate Z boy. No. Listen to the animals. Get on the roof if you feel like it. Run to the woods. Do you like Friends? Do you like watching Friends? You know. In truth, the whole truth, the full truth, the solution is we have to learn to entertain ourselves. That's it. We just have to learn to entertain ourselves. Technically, that means without the TV. And in such a way that treats our habitat, our environment, the planet, Gaia, life, with respect and gratitude. So make art, whether you're any good at it or not. Just make art for life.